Welcome, Commanders, back to another Danger Room live stream. We have Max. We don't have Jose today. Unfortunately, he is
Hercules,
out, so
bro. Let's go.
But that's okay.
Fucking Hercules.
Jose. Max, how you doing today?
Doing well. Happy to be here again.
Fucking Hercules, bro.
I think we have a good show for you today. Danger Room is coming back tomorrow, and we made quite a bit of changes between the last one and this one. We're also going to have some interesting news for you guys regarding some of the future Danger Rooms, but we're not going to get into that too much today. Well, right now, I mean, we'll get into it today, just not right now. But let's go ahead and get started. So we have 7-7. I think that's what we did the last time. We had 7-7 characters. We have some new characters to choose from this time, though. And one change that you'll notice up front that we talked about in the most recent blog regarding some of the changes. Max, do you want to talk about how we now have some free mods that you can use right up front?
Yeah. So there's a few changes that we'll touch on, but for starters here, on the last run, I was a little sad that the friends that I talked about, the non-main traits, were not quite as usable as I wanted. So we kind of buffed them up a lot of it. I don't know. You were telling me how crazy a couple of them were. And then in addition to that, we also made all of their buffs free to start off with. We would just auto-equip them if we could, but that would need a client update in the future. So now make sure to go ahead and grab all of the free zero danger token ones so that you can grab any of the friends that come up along the way.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun. Obviously, there are going to be some mods that you find inside there as well that will make things a lot more fun. So let's just equip all 3 of these, and we already did a little bit of a test run. So we could pick another one here. I like the 20% damage the most, and I feel like, I don't want to speak for chat, but I think that chat would agree. So let's jump in here. And Max, who have you had the most fun using thus far?
I love Helverine visually. I've got his comic somewhere back there. Won't say anything about the comic, but he's a pretty cool character visually, and Ghost Rider. So just, Flaming Head duo. Let's do it.
Flaming Head duo, and this is one of the friends that we've mentioned up to this point, as far as like a Kirsten friends, and we'll see how much of a buff that he has going in here, won't we? So let's jump in.
I'm seeing that there's just 5 rental tokens, by the way. That is a change that we're making for this run. It'll actually be 10 maximum. I think we're just on a old server data. But when it goes live, it should be 10 for everyone.
Yep, that will...
Go to that to double check.
Perfect. So that'll be something that you'll notice about this. You'll also see here in a minute, obviously, it's not going to happen.
I don't have the payout.
But there was...
Yo, ZKG, how we doing?
Regarding
where
the amount of Danger Room tokens that you'll get going into any node, which is nice. All right, Ghost Rider at least is surviving. That's good.
Oh my God! Here comes the delete overpower.
You'll actually see here in a second. So, you want to talk a little bit about why we decided to make this change as far as giving the danger tokens for every node, not just the elite missions?
Yeah, for sure. So it's kind of an accessibility thing. Roguelike is pretty hardcore in its nature, and the procedural generation is a big part of that. And so in the previous run, we were kind of telling players, like, make sure you play the most hardcore part, the elite nodes, in order to progress and get better, right? So if you were already having trouble with this roguelike loop or procedural generation, we're kind of like, play the part you'll like the least, and then it'll get easier. So rather than that, now the elite nodes still provide more of a combat token, danger token boost, but every single combat is going to give you danger tokens now. So you can just skip all of the elites and you'll still be making some sort of steady progression towards the difficulty 10 realm.
Yeah, and I think I saw quite a bit of, chatter, and as we keep going here, I saw quite a bit of chatter as far as, like, I think, punishing players has come up, or, the design being, far too punishing. I don't think that that's our intention, but I do think that these types of game modes, like especially in the genre games, they are very, or can be very punishing depending on the amount of RNG that you might actually get on some of these nodes. But I think that as you continue playing through, when you get
First fucking Danger Room should have had fucking Professor X in it.
like, you really start to go from
What?
feeling like maybe you can't make as much progress as you did
It should have been
to
some
really
shit.
kind of blowing away.
It should have been some
the enemies,
shit.
which is kind of a nice feeling.
Yeah, and in that same line of thinking, we made the first 5 to 10 nodes, probably fewer than that, much easier, so that you can kind of build your engine and not just worry about your Star-Lord dying right away or whatever you're trying to use. The first one should be pretty winnable. You might take some damage. That's
Oh my
to be expected, but they should be fairly easy.
Yeah.
And then the end is still just as hard as it was before. In fact, I maybe made it a little harder. So we still have that full range of, it's more accessible to get into, but it's still just as challenging for those that like that at the end.
Yeah, is there a new boss that we can be looking forward to this run?
There is, and you will be cursing my name when you see it.
We can't.
But it's super beatable once you get all the mods.
All right. Well, we have our first care package here, so let's see what we got available here. So choices are Mordo, Hyperion, and Punisher. I know I'm inclined to go for Mordo, but I think in the spirit of letting chat decide, we'll at least give them a say, give them a little bit of interaction here with us. What are you guys thinking? Do you want to keep going the accursed route? Do we want to get any additional characters here?
It's not in here.
Mordo. All right, we'll stick with the accursed here. Okay, now we have a health mod, we have a regular combat, and we have an elite combat. I know that last time we got punished pretty hard by the elite combats. Maybe we need to see if those are any better. Elite combat it is.
Nice.
Oh, we got an old man Logan.
For bendable, it is not possible to claim and add a rented character. You can't do both. And if you do somehow magically do that, the server will tell you that you're not allowed to and probably make you restart the game.
Nobu is a ninja. He is there. You just like Drax. All right, I think we gotta try and.
What the fuck is that? No, yo.
Do it, but we'll see with that extra damage.
Yo,
There we go, Ghost
what
Rider.
is this
Absolute
node?
unit here. Does this apply? Okay, it doesn't necessarily apply to the enemy.
What the fuck is
it's
this?
just-
Nah, 2 moon dragons and a nah. Get the fuck.
It's a little funny.
But don't worry, we saved.
Yo,
Yeah.
the Hellfire
what
Unit.
the
We're
fuck?
totally fine. Everything's fine, guys. Look at all this offense up and energy
Yeah,
going
so-
around.
That first elite node is not quite as much of a trap as it was on the previous one.
I will say that I encountered the double Nightcrawler node too many times and got punished far too many times to try and even attempt them at the beginning.
Dude,
Some of those additional
fuck
mods.
me, man.
Yeah.
Just imagine if you didn't have Helverine's ultimate right there. What are you doing to that? What are you doing to that?
And a reminder, we are on difficulty 8. We're not
No,
on
thank
difficulty
you.
10 right now. So keep that in mind. Let's see what we got here. So looks like we have kind of a unique care package here for on spawn. Fill speed bar for cursed by 6% per ally. And on enemy turn, if they're exposed,
Yeah, deuces,
by
bro.
stun and defense down. That one sounds pretty fun. What do you guys think? I think that's the one we want to choose, right? Yeah, give him hell. I think that's gonna be the one we go with. So let's just do that. Oh, and we have 2 more care packages. Look at that. All right. Do we want to go for the straight path or the left path? Want to keep going in the same direction, or do we want to verge off to the left?
Gotta be left.
All right, left it is. Okay.
Oh.
This is interesting. I'll let the chat choose. Straight up, you got Victoria Hand, you got Yelena, and you got Red Guardian. So either Friends or Thunderbolt.
I know what to pick. I'm not gonna tell him.
I mean, can you give us a hint, Max?
I don't know if I can give a hint without just saying the name. But one of these friends definitely has a very OP mod that you might find. Looks like someone already said it.
All right, so we have Victoria Hand or Yelena. We got 3 votes for Yelena now. All right, 4 votes for Yelena. All right. I think we gotta go elite, right? We got 4 characters now. Go for the elite.
Yeah,
Let's
you
see
haven't
how
found the
this
Ghost
goes.
Rider
Oh,
mod.
fuck that node.
There's a fun Ghost Rider mod, a fun Yelena mod. Try all the friends. There's some fun mods.
I'm not gonna lie, the Ghost Rider mod might be a little OP. Just saying.
Yeah, well, you can't use it in war, just in Danger Room.
Yeah, I think that would break the game. I'm not gonna lie. Of course, I have
This is
things,
gonna fail
down
miserably, and I'm here
second,
for it.
but that's okay. So while we're playing this, are there any other big changes for this one that we need to cover that we are doing?
Yeah, so I think the big one that's going to be very noticeable is that we're not doing the cumulative scoring anymore. We're just going off of your high score for milestones and for leaderboard. The hope is that will create a little less of a grind on the leaderboard for one, but that also kind of actually makes you fight the boss at difficulty 10, and so it's very doable for free to play, even if you don't have any of the characters. I wanted to make sure that was. Oh, did Yelena die?
My own Ghost Rider decided Yelena.
But now I don't remember what I was saying. Oh yeah, so beating difficulty 10 should still be doable with even just the reuse characters once you get some danger tokens going. But yeah, so that's the big one. I'm trying to think if there's anything else.
And I do think that'll create a little bit more of a competitive leaderboard that rewards like building up your mods and trying to get a max, like really a most efficient score possible, as opposed to just spending hours and hours and hours just rerunning difficulty 9 or difficulty 8.
Yeah, I know I had a couple hundred runs into there as well.
Let's see. I wonder if I restart this, if I have a better chance. Let's try it one more time. This obviously is an elite node. It's an elite node.
The beginning elites are easier. The rest of them are not. The rest of them stay just as hard, if not a little harder. So yeah, picking elites is still elite.
One question here in chat was a question about the turn bonus.
I
Whether
mean,
They knew, bruh. They knew.
is that something you can talk about, Max?
I wouldn't say that it's working. Well, okay, it's working as intended. It's more we didn't have enough time to get to like really integrating that turn bonus. That said, the turn bonus not playing a big role in it, I think is kind of fine because that's super RNG based. What does play a big role in that efficiency score is the number of combats you take and the number of danger token or combat tokens that you do not spend. So you are the one that's actually able to decide what your efficiency is going to be rather than how many times it's Spider-Man dodge. And so that's kind of, I think, even looking back on it, it didn't work as we expected initially, but I don't think that we'd change it now, just because the danger tokens, or oh my god, I get them confused. The combat tokens are kind of more agency to the player on like choosing how hard you want it to be and being rewarded in the efficiency. And so you don't get any of that efficiency until you beat the final boss.
Beta Ray Bill asks, was it fixed so you don't end up with 2 or 3 back-to-back-to-back nodes with the exact same enemies?
Yes, it was fixed. No, it's not fixed for this run of the event. For the next run, next month, and we'll talk a little bit about that in the future, that is fixed because that is not the greatest experience. I mean, that's kind of just RNG and procedural generation at its best, I guess, and worst in that case. But yeah, in the future, we have like 40 different options for every single one of the nodes, essentially, and it's just pretty silly that sometimes you get the same one back to back. I think there's like 200 plus mission options, so it's just crazy RNG when that happens.
What?
And I know I saw somebody in chat asking about when the Danger Room will be live. It will be live tomorrow. We wanted to do kind of a bit of a test, talk about some things we're changing, also talk about some things that are upcoming with the Danger Rooms that are coming up in the future. So we'll talk about all of it. I think we're stuck here. Max difficulty 8 elite is killing us here.
Yikes.
So we're gonna. I think
What
we're
node
just
did we
gonna
get
quit
to?
out. We'll check here in a second.
There we go. Mods are on it.
7. All right. Well, hopefully you can get good this time.
Yeah, hopefully I can get good. We'll see though. We'll see. All right, so we do have 63 mods now. So let's go ahead and equip the free ones.
One thing that will be fixed, I think, when the 9.2 client update goes up, is that you won't have to recheck all of the mods each time. They'll just be checked for you. It's either I don't remember the date when the 9.2 client goes out. I think it's during this run.
Thank
It'll either be
goodness.
fixed then, or it'll be fixed for the next run. And then difficulty as well. That might actually already be fixed. It didn't look like you had to set that.
Yeah, that'll be a nice quality of life fix. So Max got to pick the first run of what we did. I want chat to pick some characters here to see how they go. So give me 2 characters, chat. I'll probably pick the first 2 that I see, so be careful what you choose.
Nobu and Nobu.
Nobu. Satana, Helverine, Jugs, and Satana. All right, perfect. Shout out to ZKG and Nemesis there. We'll probably have several runs here to see how things go. I'm gonna be curious to see how Satana does, because she has a lot of like health stealing abilities, not exactly like bursty damage like Helverine or Ghost Rider might be. So that'll be interesting.
Yeah, she's got some interesting combat mods, but she was a little tricky to buff with combat mods just because like it can't raise her damage for the most part.
Right. Let's see if maybe we can get rid of the thing here. Oh, there we go. That extra health steal coming in clutch. Also, probably should change some ISOs on these. I always get the exact same ISOs every time.
It's Striker by default for everyone when you use our debug tools. That's how you should play the game now.
Yes, exactly. I'm glad we're aligned there. All Striker all the time.
Yeah, all raid characters should be Raider, but otherwise you're playing Marvel Strike Force, so they should be Striker. That's a design tip for everyone out there.
Well, why don't we talk about some upcoming plans? Don't want to like. I mean, we'll spoil some things, I think. I also want to talk about some of the feedback that we've been getting and trying to iterate on as well with the mode itself. So, do you want to talk about some of those things that are upcoming, whether it be like just features of the Danger Room or some of the actual Danger Rooms we're going to be running?
Yeah, let's see. We just ran down a list before this, and it's already out of my brain. So as far as features go,
oh my God, Flint's there. Run.
July 4th is actually going to be the next one, and I'll talk a little bit more about why that's so soon. With the next run, we're going to be making rentals free for the first undecided number of difficulties. So it might be 1 through 5, where rentals are entirely free. So a brand new player can just come in and play at the rentals, and we'll also juice up the rentals quite a bit, so that they feel pretty good to play with. They'll still cost 1 for the rest of them. In the future, we might make difficulty 10 cost 2 instead of 1, but still playing around with that idea. And then, what's the other one? Well, I guess I teased at it. We're going to be running 3 danger rooms in July, which is a lot of danger rooms. The first 2 will be an actually old team. They will not be the brand new team. They will be just weekend danger rooms, and they will feature all X-Men. So we're going to, because they're all old characters, we'll likely do some stuff that buffs everyone quite a bit, and also makes the rental power vectors pretty high, so that you don't have to pour investment into them unless that's something that you want to do. So that's a new thing that we're trying. Old trait ones, and then the one at the end of the month will still be the new teams. And initially we talked about only doing the 2 previous teams, but I think we liked doing the 3 previous teams from that first run. I think that had some good feedback, so we did that again for this one, and we'll do it again for the next new team feature. Mostly I just wanted the monkeys to be in this one.
Bendy a bunch of new drinks at
Ooh.
Taco Bell too.
Quick
and wrap the
sidebar
Ritos
here.
with the chicken strips.
I really like Ghost Rider, but I know that we have a couple choices, so I'll let the chat pick here whether it would be Ghost Rider or Helverine or Taskmaster if they so choose.
Yeah, it's gonna be hovering all day.
Did
Yeah,
you
go
see
ahead.
it too? Yeah,
I did, yeah. Yeah, go ahead.
Speak to Zero. I'm actually curious what the chat thinks about, if it's all X-Men, does that mean it will be tuned for Professor X? Because on one hand, as the designer, I don't want to use Professor X because he just becomes a non-choice
Game
for players. It's
changer.
just like, well, you have
Taco
to use
Bell
Professor
new
X every
item
time,
department
and
never
then someone
sleeps.
else. And so the spirit of Danger Room is kind of to create all these decisions and try new things, and so he's just so unbalanced against everyone else that it might be kind of take some of that away. On the other hand, it's Professor X and he's pretty cool, and everyone is kind of starting to get him, so maybe you want to use him. So I don't know. What does the chat think on that one? If you can't use Professor X as a character, I will likely make him the final boss so that it still feels like you get to play with him, play against him.
Yeah, I have thoughts about this, but I am curious to know what chat thinks. While they're thinking about that, I saw another question from Yoka Dabra. We had a lot of speculation regarding preloaded turn meter for enemies, and that was clarified with the FAQ. Is this run going to have preloaded turn meter of any kind?
No, and I never did. We literally couldn't add preloaded turn meter if we wanted to. We don't have the same tech that standard missions do. It's more like Blitz, where we just say, use these 5 characters, and they appear there. So they are the PvP kits, not the old like PvE kits. So there are some nodes like double night crawlers. Well, they'll just give everyone on turn metered speed, or turn metered speed when they use their special and like that kind of stuff. Or there might be guys that just raise or give speed up or all of that kind of fun stuff.
Yo,
so you might see turn
hold
meter
on,
go up,
what?
That's from character kits. That's not from missions design. Arbitrarily adding speed meter. That said, there were definitely some unfair nodes.
Yeah. It does work. It does work the same for your side.
2
as well,
chicken
so it
strips
goes, with,
for
I think with
$4.29. Get out of here.
Manipulation.
Yeah, look at that
it
node,
would
dude.
work
There's
to your
no
advantage, and
way.
there are a lot of
No
characters,
way.
in the game that have speed.
That's
manipulating,
crazy, dude.
Mechanics on their kits. So it's kind of just the luck of the draw.
So, do you guys think the
getting
trick
elite
might
nodes. Like
be
here,
to not
luckily,
use a cursed and to
we
use the
outlived,
Red Guardian
everything
Yelena
that they were
troll
throwing at
or
us here,
whatever?
but, speaking
You think
of
they're trying to
characters
troll
that have
us?
speed manipulation, Morgan Le Fay against Mystics is a prime example of that, right?
Yeah, and so I mean, to account for that, we definitely try which
Bendy, the
Curse is kind of a
$9
slower
meal has a
team
chicken
general,
strip
and so a
burrito
lot
in
of
it
their
that run
mods you'll see are
$5
giving them
plus.
speed up or turn meter.
Oh, the
or
Discovery
any of
Lux
that kind of stuff,
box.
just to kind of make them more viable.
Let's
against some of these other
go.
teams. Award, look at that.
Yeah,
King's
I'm gonna
Boon,
order
that's
that
a new one.
today, Portland.
Yeah, so let's read it. So on spawn, fill speed bar by 5% for allies,
So-
and then applying speed up for 2 turns to allies. And that's Kang's Boon. Let's use that. That sounds fun.
What are the stipulations
Do we
of
want
this
care
Taco
package
Bell
or
stream?
elite
Like,
mission?
do I have to
We
eat
do have
one of
Around
every
5,
box?
so
Yeah, we are.
lost
One
that
of
7
every
last
party
time.
pack?
It should be
One
safe.
of every
Care package
combo?
seems
Like,
also
what?
pretty good.
Or is it one
I
of
think
every
it's
food
Shadow.
item?
Oh, elite. That's the first one.
It has to be a la carte, right? Everything a la carte?
All right, elite it is. This one doesn't look terrible. Can you publish a list of all the potential mod cards on launch instead of us having to document it on our own?
Yeah, I just read that. We could. But I thought it was kind of fun to have some be hidden, especially since some of them are hidden behind like you picking specific characters. So it's kind of like a community investigation almost to figure out like what the best ones are. So I wasn't planning on publishing, but if enough players want that, then we could do that. Maybe I can publish all of the non-hidden ones.
Like character specific ones, or
Yeah. Or we can publish all of the ones that players that were in the last one that are in this one and let you figure out the new ones. Who knows?
I think we could take that and see if that's something that we could provide that would be like an easy resource.
Yeah.
So we can talk about it.
Yeah.
Public non-hidden, just let us know how many are hidden so we can figure them out.
For sure.
Yeah, well, let's talk about that. We could
Yeah.
take that offline. I did see the one you made, Beta. Very detailed as always.
I want to see that. I'll click it from my work email right now, but
Here's another one that I believe is new.
oh.
So Black Panther's Boon on kill, fill speed bar by 100%.
These are all pretty good.
This is a hard one, so I'll let chat decide here. When selecting a care package, can you please let us see the mods we
It would be
already
way
have
too
equipped?
expensive
Can
to
you
order
actually-
one of
Can you
everything.
get
I
a
say,
duplicate?
one
No, you
burrito,
cannot get a duplicate.
one taco,
But, I mean, it is
one
still good to see the
chalupa,
ones that you have
one
equipped, just to know,
Mexican
like, all right, how many
pizza,
bleed
one
mods do I
chicken
have?
nugget,
Is this a good one
just
to
the
get?
big ones.
I do
Yeah, right
wish.
now that's all in your head.
I do wish. I do wish
is what
Jose
people are
was.
saying.
I do wish Jose was here, because he's been hard at work on a lot of the.
Nah, I would
UI
order one of everything.
updates that look really.
It would be
good.
funded. It'd be like
That
$150
obviously
stream,
not show yet,
but it would be
there
worth
are-
every penny.
There's a lot of work, I think.
And then we would
in
come back and
this
keep
to make
streaming.
It look good, to make it feel good for all players. So
That would be pretty funny.
I'm excited for that. Imagine singing Peaches with that mic. One day, Bendable. I'm determined to make it happen. Just have
Oh,
to get
man.
approvals to get that going. But it would have to be the recorded version.
Yeah, for sure. No one can suit. The suggestions like that though are definitely good to keep. That's kind of why we launched this so early, right? Was to get a lot of these UX things out of the way so that we could start working on those and iterating and making it better.
Or anything by Adele. Oh my god.
Ah, so close. Peaches or anything by Adele. Oh yikes. I don't have that much range. Really good suggestions, though. Well, I think we can make that list something that we give out, but obviously we'll need to bring that back to the team and see.
Oh my god.
Oh, that health steal! Come
Funny,
on, all right.
funny you bring up X-Bones getting some love. You know, Jose really wanted Crossbones to get some love on this next one, and he's not here today, so now we don't need to put Crossbones in the next one.
Yeah, I think that was a requirement in order to get what you wanted in the danger room. You had to be here.
Yeah.
But we can let him know later. Let's see. I killed a couple people with Juggernauts, so we got the Black Panther boom going right now. That is
Black
nice.
Panther's crazy.
We got a good run so far. Hydra themed 4th of July danger room. That is something. That is something. Not sure how that would go. Community poll to add a specific character into the danger room would be awesome. I agree.
Yeah,
I agree
that'd
with
be
that.
great.
There's a lot of things that I think we can do that we want to do upcoming. I think that would be a cool thing.
Oh, soul food is pretty. Oh, yeah. I mean that's not bad.
Whoa.
This is interesting. Each time an enemy is below 25% health, Katana gains 3 ultimate ability energy for each ally. That's interesting. The level of like.
That's freaking
That's
huge.
interesting.
Oh.
Let's do it. The new one we haven't seen, and we have 2 care packages. So left or right. Minion only usable danger room win. Wow,
Yeah,
that is a
actually,
great
yeah, the
one.
Ravagers one is right on the horizon. Ravagers OP.
That might be Max's favorite team.
Yeah. The rentals will all be 1-star though, so you'll have to take the gear tier 27-star yourself.
Oh, this is interesting. We got ELSA. I'm not gonna lie. There is. I don't wanna spoil it too much. So I'm just gonna say there is a world in which I was preparing for this stream, where all I needed was ELSA and Ghost Rider, and they were able to, with the right mods, they can get through the whole thing. Just saying. But we also have Silver Sable. Silver Sable is a powerhouse in and of itself. We got
Bendy,
an
you
ELSA
might
vote.
want to
I'm going with
reconsider
it.
the
We
every
get the
item
vote.
idea.
That's all we
Google
need.
says it would cost over
We don't need no stinking heals,
$450
right?
to
We
do
just
that and
go
over
straight for elites. We're on 8 out of
$3,500
20.
for every
So,
drink and combo at once.
straight for it.
I would have gone for the heal, but it's too late now.
Would have gone for the heal. Come on, Max.
I mean, you should take Elsa.
Nah. I'm not doing combos. I'm just doing a la carte
Maybe we get her mod now.
food items.
You never know.
Yeah.
Like a crunchy taco, a soft taco, either supreme or not. You know, it's like
You know what
one
I
of
just
every
learned?
item.
I did all this work to get this new background, and not a single person.
I love that
Not even
mustache.
you.
You didn't have this one last time.
No. This is brand new. Brand spanking new.
I like your background.
Thank you, Max. I appreciate that. Any compliment, really. This is just the primary, so wonder if the basic would be better. Let's do the basic. Oh, come on. Oh, thank you, Chad. Thank you for all the comments on the background. I did it myself.
The hood has a
Yeah,
pretty-
that's still gonna be $450 at your expensive Taco Bell.
Listen, I'm just saying. Look at Elsa go. That's
Yeah,
all I'm
no,
saying.
Elsa's crazy. Yeah, I think I took a hint from.
So we gotta
our
budget
mission
it. We gotta budget it then.
for
We
the
gotta
skirts, like,
map
we're
it
gonna
out.
buff or
Chat
we
has
are
to decide.
substantially. Like it's some amount. We aren't gonna. lock
Every
in a
single,
number,
I
so we
think
just have
every
overview
single
tab as
time
well, and so,
we finish a food
I'll
item,
say
we
that
go to
it's
the
been
next item and then we vote on what
substantial.
item we're
If
gonna
it's
pick.
not enough, then I'll just go ahead and buff it behind the scenes.
I mean, with all of these changes, I just want to say, make Dark Hunters great again. Just saying.
True.
Here we go.
I didn't even put in Morpheus. We don't have a monkey, do we?
We don't right now, no. So we have Energy Vampire. Allies gain ability energy when attacking. So that's something we could definitely use. Allies can't gain trauma.
Fucking
which is also pretty
Morbius,
nice.
bruh.
So, and of course Barrel of Monkeys, but that doesn't really fit with the build we're going with right now. If there are any hints in the background, I hope someone else can see them. I hope someone else can see them too.
Oh, there was last time. There was a Hellverine comic up there, but no one caught it.
I think we go with Energy Vampire. Let's go with that. Oh, and we have our... Is this by design? The 10th node is always a shop? Like halfway through, you get a shop?
Yeah, no, it's random, but it's also 100% of the time. So high odds.
Interesting. It's random, but also 100% of the time. All right, let's look at... So we obviously have the hood that we can choose from, but let's look at some of the cards here.
Ooh,
Oh, wow.
On
That sounds
Allied
interesting,
Basic,
Norm.
allies get 50% damage up to a maximum of 500% damage. On Allies Special or Ultimate, reset this bonus. This bonus persists between combat. How... Do you know exactly how that works?
Yeah, so basically, haha. It encourages you to just use your basics over and over and over again, and eventually you will have plus 500% damage on every single time you use a basic until you use a special or ultimate, and then it resets it.
So what
there
I'm
are
hearing,
some characters that
what I'm hearing here
on a basic.
is ELSA
Yeah.
for the win.
Uh-huh.
That's what I'm hearing right now. Does anybody agree? I think we got to take that. Let's see. I don't really care too much about getting Brick House. On attack, the target ally does not have ability block. That character attacks the attacking enemy for 500 or 150% piercing. I'm gonna leave that for now. Let's
Keep in
take the
mind
hood.
that the basic momentum, it resets if any character uses, if any of your characters use a special or ultimate.
So always use the basic is what you're saying.
That's what you have to do. And then I think that you can use an ultimate and it'll get all of that damage buff, but then it resets it.
Okay. Let's throw Stan over here. I love the comment hood. Adds damage costume. Listen, I'm working. I could see a
Yeah,
Wait.
basic momentum does carry over to other nodes. So in theory, if you got it on like one of the early nodes, you could max it out and then just be crazy for the rest of the time.
Wow.
But you can't use specials or ultimate, so it's a little, makes it a little tricky.
All right, we're gonna start building up our basics now. After the Juggernaut ult, we did get a kill there, so let's see how it goes. We'll start building it up. So we'll do another. So now I should be at 100% damage, right? That's how it works, like 50 stacking.
Yeah, should be.
All right, here we go.
I think it works.
We're gonna get maximum now. I mean,
Yeah, I know it's too bad.
awesome. There we go.
Nice.
Okay.
I planned this one for when Rocket was on the team, and we didn't quite ship it in time. But Rocket's ult or basic was an AOE, right? So that one was
Costume credit. I forget the last time I got a costume credit. It's been over a year.
ELSA goes crazy. Oh, and with the Black
Look at that.
Panther boon. Oh my
Look
God.
at that. There was a question here. I don't necessarily think I'm gonna have the answer here, but any chance that one day we could get the Danger Room filler characters like ELSA or Ghost Rider get stat boosted once Danger Room's in? No need to rework our new tags, but it could give a reason to invest in some of these characters like ELSA, Ghost Rider to be usable. I think that's a great idea.
I think it's a good idea.
Definitely
too.
something we can post and get feedback on.
Yeah, and the other alternative that I'm like, if we can't do that, I'd love to be able to buff a character's rental on a per character basis so that we can make the reused characters just by default 3 diamond, while all the other new characters are not that. And so I think between the two, yeah, we definitely see that players don't want to just have to invest in super old characters that are useless as soon as the danger room ends. So I think there should be a solution there that we work on.
And altruistic curse, to answer your question, is basic momentum not on the character but on the player. So any like as you stack your basics, it sounds like it applies to your whole team, right?
Yep.
But as soon as you use a special or ult, it resets.
Yeah, that said, if you were to add a new character to your team, they're not going to get those. Just from how it works. It's basically an invisible buff that is being added.
So if I were to get another character here, for instance, they would pop in and not have it yet, but it would stack as I use them in combat.
Yeah, so they have to be there for the basic to actually get that invisible buff.
Okay. Let's see. Can you please add Winter Soldier into Miss Agent's Thunderbolt tag, same as the Ultimate Guardian?
It definitely crossed my mind. The issue is that I didn't want to just add them without any love on the combat mod side, and we already, I think, added a good 30 plus combat mods for this one, which is a lot more than we generally add for events. So yeah, I didn't want to add them in and not give them enough attention to make them viable options for the end, and we were already doing that with enough characters, so couldn't quite squeeze them in addition.
This is just
yeah,
scary.
This is broken, honestly. You found a pretty crazy. If you can get Black Panther Boon and basic momentum, I guess that's pretty crazy.
You heard it here. Did you add ISOs to the rental characters now? Do you want to answer that? I think you and I talked about this because I had a question actually this past week about it. So do you wanna talk about that?
I don't remember if it's going to, if the fix, it is fixed, I believe. I don't remember if the fix is going to affect this one or if it required a client update.
Either way, it will.
Yeah.
It will be fixed, I guess.
And they should have ISOs. Yeah, it is a bug that they don't. So hopefully it'll be fixed on this one. Actually, yeah, I mean we can check. Do they have ISOs on the ones that? Oh, you didn't rent any. Let's rent one next time. Check.
This seems like a magical run on our second one. We now have when an ally uses their basic, heal all allies for 10%.
Yeah.
So I think that's what we got to take here.
Yeah, so that's a nice little grouping of synergy. I like how we had bleed in the last one. Now there's also just use your basic and cool stuff happens. It's another little pocket of mods that you can get.
Here we go. Now we got a node here. Also not opposed to Elena Red Guardian, which folder you.
So 4-piece of Cursed and ELSA.
That would I would agree. That would be awesome.
Yeah.
Don't know. If
Yeah,
that's,
Fetty. It's looking pretty good.
We can do, but would love that.
That is a Matt Sheets question, not a Max question.
All right, so I think we're still gonna go with.
What is that node?
I mean,
Yeah.
Juggernaut.
Oh, okay. They're just gonna basic them.
We're just
11 million.
Wow.
One shot.
later, Odin.
17 million.
I mean, the only thing that's gonna stop you at this point is someone who's crazy fast and starts killing you, I guess.
I mean, obviously no one's faster than.
So you can auto basic this.
I think it's actually kind of cool that you have a momentum mod and Juggernaut's the one abusing it.
There we go. We have all of our. As long as we make it to an ELSA Bloodstone turn, I don't think we can lose. To be honest.
Yeah. Do you have speed bar for them? Oh, you have the Kang boon. That's how
I
you're
do.
going so
I have
fast.
I have the 5% speed.
And the speed up. So you should, I think with how they are power vector wise as far as rentals go, you should be able to still beat, I think, difficulty 10 with the rentals only. Definitely farm up a lot of danger tokens first and make sure that you can get all the big buffs, but you shouldn't have to put resources into ELSA or Ghost Rider. It'll be like
Oh, Gorilla Dan.
for sure, but it's 100% possible.
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
Look at all these bleeds.
My man.
Wow.
Do I even? I don't want to hit auto because I don't know if I have auto basic turned on.
Ooh, that's a good question. Yeah, no, don't do that.
Because I'll lose all of my momentum.
I know.
That might be one of the most. Do you think it's more overpowered than some of the other mods we know about?
Yeah, it might be a little broken. This one might get a nerf for the next run, but we'll leave it in for how it is. I might nerf it to be like plus 20% and still keep the maximum at 500 or something like that. But yeah,
If you get to
it's pretty
500,
crazy. Well, you are at 500 for
oh
sure.
yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
We're definitely past the 100 or the 500 mark. I see what you did there, Steven.
Oh, yeah, I do too.
I have a freshly minted G19 ELSA. Love it, stochasticism, love it. We could now get 125%.
Oh, so that middle mod is super good when you start with the hood and you get it early on. It's not as good right now because I don't think the hood's taken a turn, but keep it in mind for next time.
There's a world where the hood could get a turn if we just took out Juggernaut.
Yeah.
So
yeah, now
I
hood
like the
can
idea.
Get, like, infinite damage.
I like the idea of getting 125% speed every kill.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take that.
Does it go over 100? You think? I think the rest of the team will get it. I don't know. How
I know that like the Carnage boon in itself can put you over 100.
Yeah.
So I imagine if you get the kill, it will be 125.
But yeah, that hood mod scales infinite, so you could get infinite damage with the hood.
Portland, I don't know when we're gonna get Cersei as a rental. I'm kind of blocking that from happening.
Yeah,
so
we can do the community vote for that one.
Yeah, leave it. I think. Oh, look at that. We got the bleed mod coming in clutch for us.
I can't believe you got the entry wound with all these other crazy things.
You know, sometimes you just never get punished.
Yeah, I said you had to get good for this run. You did it.
I did. I listened to your advice, Max. I got good.
I'm just over here pulling strings on the back end, making
Juggernaut,
sure you get all the best stuff.
Juggernaut's doing Juggernaut things now, you know? I don't want to repeat what the Juggernaut says.
I also, yeah, no, it crossed my mind then.
You know. If you know, you know. Do you think there will ever be a time or version of the Danger Room where there will be less restrictions on the usable teams?
Oh yeah, that time is July 4th, where you will be able to use every single X-Men in the Danger Room, and we will be buffing all the X-Men, and so it'll be super theory crafty. There's also going to be a mod that I think we've seen mods like it before, where it's something along the lines of all X-Men get all X-Men traits, and so you're just going to be able to find all sorts of cool stuff. I don't think that the UI really supports being able to just literally use full roster. Like, you'd have to scroll for ages to find all the rentals and everything. Like, that's not great. So I don't want to blow it up too much until we have kind of a V2 that can support that with UI, but at least all X-Men should be interesting.
It'd be fun if you could give the other teams boosts too. Maybe a force boost on a node to make the other team better. I wonder, I mean, we have the Scourge, style already, right?
Yeah.
I mean, isn't there a world where you could make it harder on yourself?
Yeah, that way we can give them on-spawn speed bar. I think players like that.
Let's not even joke about that, Max. I don't want to cause a riot, all right?
Okay. But yes, that is absolutely a thing that we are asking for future tech. Technically, yes, we could do that. It isn't quite free. It does require a client update.
I have a question on that. Is there you may not know this right now, right? But is there a world where there could be negative costing mods? Like, you take a mod that's negative, or like that would add danger tokens to your stockpile for using it? Like a mod that affects the enemies, like they get better, but it gives you danger room tokens, like when you use them, but only for the run you use.
No, that's a good idea though. Just write that down. Like a curse kind of thing where you get rewarded for using it.
Okay. So I think we already have this one. Maybe is that?
We had it last run. I don't think we have it this run.
We had it last run. The runs are bleeding together. Well, just look at what we have right now. I mean,
yeah, this is pretty crazy.
I don't know about you,
but see what the boss is now.
I don't know about you, but I love seeing Juggernaut just take basics after basics, right? I mean, that's high quality streaming content right there. I think everybody came here to watch that, for sure.
I'm interested to see how the final boss goes. I don't know that you've gotten anything that specifically counters it just yet, but I think that just your build is crazy enough to where it should be fine. Oh, you do have Knowles now on the field, so.
Well, we did, but not anymore.
Oh, okay.
He's gone.
You're living in the future.
Oh, my bad. Let's see. We got a interesting question here. Can you make it to where we have 10 X-Men on the field instead of just 5. Not clones like Hitmonkey.
Yeah, not for free. But I mean, in theory, yeah, that's something we could do. The issue is that we would have to change how squad select works, and I don't know if you knew this, but
that would
squad
be
select
quite-
is used everywhere in the game. So yeah, it would be.
That'd be quite a big
little
update right there.
crazy. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't
literally
see
just auto
anything
basic.
stopping us here, Max. I'm gonna be honest. I know it's only difficulty 8 though, so
They're trolling us with
Yeah,
auto
we can
basic.
Refer everyone back to this video when they get to the final boss and are mad at me.
here we go. On attack, if primary target has exposed, bonus attack that primary target. So we could get 2 basics. I think we're doing all right. Did we break it? I think we broke it
We
on
broke it,
stream
broke it.
before it even happened. Before it went live, we broke it.
Perfect. That's what this mode is for.
Restart until you get this RNG. Always best advice. I mean, if there are there enemies that I don't want to spoil it. We'll see how the boss goes. Right now, I just can't see anything stopping us. The CKG wants an auto sim button for all nodes. That's interesting. Could you make a mod that have X characters summon on Y characters 5X? So like Cyclops would summon on Phoenix, Kitty summons on Iceman. Could be a work.
Oh, like whenever Iceman summons, something happens. I didn't read that.
I just got a dodge there. But Elsa coming in clutch.
Oh, gotcha. So how summons work? Oh, this is Dorky Dad. Hey, Dorky Dad. This is how summons work. Is the character needs to be loaded into combat. And so you can't just summon a random character into combat. It needs to actually be bundled with that character in data and stuff. So like we can't just have a mod that says summon a Hitmonkey no matter who you have on the field, unless we go make sure that we're loading Hitmonkey into every single combat, which the more you do that, the more performance gets hit. So that's why you can't just summon random people, and that's why we are doing more like clone people who are already on the battlefield. So that was some insight into the back end that maybe no one cared about. That's why we can't do that, Dorky. There are characters like Doc Ock that can just summon all of the Sinister Six, and behind the scenes, Doc Ock is making sure that all of those characters are loaded into combat, and so combat gets mad at us whenever we add Doc Ock to a new team because it just hurts performance. So this is our boss node. We had a QA tester that kept telling me that he hates running into Mephistos, so we added more Mephistos to everything, and then this boss combat because we listened to QA.
All right.
There's 2 Mephistos.
2 Mephistos. We'll see how that goes. I still think our build is so OP that it's not gonna matter.
Yeah,
but
I think so too.
But I am. I mean, I assume that we're gonna get double exhaust. Oh, look at that. We're going first.
Oh yeah, okay, GG. Sorry, Mephisto.
Well, you tried. Like you tried. It's you. There are too many mods that are just super crazy that you just get right through. Maybe for our last hurrah here, I know what we need. We need to
use an ultimate.
We need to break it. We need to break the 500% and end it with the ult.
There you go. How much damage did that do? I couldn't see. Should have been a lot.
It was a lot of damage. And that's
So yeah, no,
there's
final
the
boss
win.
is easy. You can't complain about it. It's just 2
Yeah.
Mephistos and Odin, easy peasy. Look at that. Beat it
for
second
sure,
try.
for sure. And listen, if you two run into problems, you heard it from Max, so you can blame Max. There you go. All right, so I think to kind of sum up here, because we're approaching about an hour, and that's about as long as we want to do today. So a lot of feature fixes, bug fixes for this run. We now have the extra danger tokens that you get on normal nodes, something that you are going to be able to take advantage of going through. Also, elite missions now give you, I think it's like 5x more than before. So, like, I think on difficulty 10, you would get 50.
Yeah, it might be worth scrolling down to the bottom of the mod list just to see. We also had to increase all of the final mods, and just because you're getting so many more danger tokens. So if you go down, there's some pretty spendy ones.
Wow,
now. So there's still some progression towards
1,500.
getting there around the same rate, if my math worked out.
Oh my.
But now you don't.
Oh,
just
but
have
you're
to
getting
do
them a lot
these,
easier. Okay.
which is quite a bit nicer. You saw firsthand how some of the mods for some of the friends can be pretty fun and take advantage of some of those character kits. Also, Max confirmed here that those bonuses are quite a bit more now for the friends, which is great. And then Max, I mean, give a quick rundown. We talked about it a little bit earlier on, but give a quick rundown of some of the upcoming changes, as well as the danger rooms that we have upcoming, or at least the one danger room that we talked about.
Yeah, for sure. So it's a little weird because it's not gonna. Most of this is not going to apply to this next danger.
The one that happens
danger room
tomorrow.
that's happening tomorrow. Yeah. But for the next danger rooms, we're actually going to be having 3 danger rooms in July. I know players wanted more danger rooms, so we figured we'd give that a try. 2 of them at the very beginning are going to just be weekend danger rooms, so they're just going to be 3 days. And both of those are going to be the X-Men danger rooms I kind of talked about, where it's going to be all X-Men, old characters. We're going to juice up the rental power, and let players play along with that. And then the last one's going to be a new classic, new team one. And some of the I think the big thing that we're doing, as far as tech goes, new features go, is that we're going to make rentals free for, I think, the first 5 difficulties. Don't quote me on that. Definitely difficulty 1 through 3 will be free, maybe the first 5. So that if you're a new player, or if you just don't want to buy the characters, like, you can go in and you can still enjoy the mode. You aren't going to be able to... You can farm danger tokens in there. You know why we'd make them free. It's nicer. And so yeah, that's the big thing. And then we're also going to stick with the 3 new teams going forward instead of 2 like we originally talked about, just because I got some good feedback from the last run.
Cool. And hope I'm not spoiling too much here, but
yeah, I think these are final, so it should be okay. Semi-final. I mean, yeah, nothing's final, so it goes live, right? And then maybe
Nightcrawler costume. Wink, wink.
Rurik,
yeah, welcome in.
And as always,
how we doing?
Really are with the danger room, coming out so early, trying to get as much in, from your feedback as possible. So if you aren't already, on our Discord, make sure to join it. We have a feedback channel specifically for danger
There might
room.
be a
We're
promo
also
code
always
coming
looking
up,
out
y'all.
for, whether it be content creators, Reddit, Facebook, all of the different channels to get that feedback. And we really want to make this as fun of a mode as possible. And I know Max and the rest of the team that he's been working on for this has been working really hard. So thank you, Max, for taking the time to join us again today. I'm looking forward to seeing what builds come out of this one. I think that there was a lot of fun ones that came out of the last one, but I'm looking forward to this one too. So thanks for joining us, everybody, today, and have a great rest of your week. We'll see you next time.
Well, there you have it. No promo code at the end of this one, unfortunately. Thank you so much for watching, everybody, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.